Shalom. I do want to start off this lesson by saying all praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, QADASH for getting the opportunity to do this lesson. I do want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching the truth by using precept upon precepts and line upon line. In this lesson, I do want to get into today is the love of many have waxed cold. The reason why I want to get into this topic is because I ran into one of the video of how Gen Z are basically cut off their parents, all right, because of the parents, of toxicity, or basically mean that their parents are ruling unrighteously. The parents are just being unruly. The parents are just doing stupid stuff. Some parents are just being disrespectful to the kids, abusing the kids, all right, and that is going around in some generation, all right, and that's actually one of the curses. How the mother will hate their daughter, or the father will hate their son, and vice versa. That's part of the curses among Israel. And you see that a lot in Israel, where the kids are actually cutting off their parents. All right. They're cutting off their parents for good because the parents are basically toxic to their kids. Some of the parents out there are unrighteous. They will basically bully the kids and discipline their kids for no apparent reason, just because of what other people say, or the parents are trying to please other people instead of actually judging righteously, or teaching their kids, how to be a woman, how to be the man, how to conduct yourself. Some of these parents are not really teaching these kids at all that. And these kids are just, running away from them because these parents are basically unrighteous. Now, there is some parents that does teach good things. All right. I'm not, discouraging them, not trying to come after them. I'm not trying to do that. But this is for the lesson towards them, because we're entering an age of Jacob trouble, and there's going to be a time where you're going to see family fighting against family, family killing one another, people hurting each other, and Jacob trouble. All right. And every time when I was watching this video, it seems like there's a lot of people out there that feels this type of way, that feels this type of way of how these parents are basically being toxic to them, how their parents are basically showing no respect. All right, not even showing respect, just not even teaching nothing. They're just being a bunch of kids. They don't like to take responsibility. They just want to hurt other people just because they was hurt, and et cetera, et cetera. And there's some kids that's out there that actually is wrong and don't love their parents, even though the parents are doing the right thing. These kids are not even trying to, show mercy to their parents. Don't even try to, love them. It basically goes vice versa. There is some kids out there that's basically being a bunch of demons to their kids, while there is parents that's being abusive to their kids. And I'm just trying to say that the love of many have waxed cold in this generation. And it got me thinking that when Jacob trouble starts, they're going to start going against one another. These people are going to start killing one another in Jacob trouble, because it's fed up. People is cutting people off. People is imagining to hurt people. People is not giving a fuck anymore in America. It's just cold in America. It's cold. It's cold to the point where, look, man, you mess with the wrong person, they will take out their gun. They will shoot you. We're in an age where kids will shoot their own parents. That's not a joke. And parents will kill their own kids. Why? Because the love of many have waxed cold. People love for one another, even their parents to their kids, have basically disappeared. Everything is just gone. There's no family function in America anymore. There's no such thing as family in America anymore. And if you try to come to America to get a family, well, guess what? That's all going to be destroyed. Because of strange philosophy, because of strange ideology, because of insecurities, people lack respect. You're going to be in captivity because you got to work to pay the bills, and you don't have no time to be right. You're going to be, it's messed up in America. And everybody's fed up. And it's going to lead up to Jacob trouble, where people are just going to start having no mercy, killing one another. It's just going to be insane. All right. So I want to grab the scripture, Matthew 24, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, all right, so because the people is doing wickedly, all right, they're not taking responsibility. They're lying. They're trying to follow after the world. They do unrighteous stuff, all right, not taking responsibility. So the iniquity have been abound in America. The love of many shall wax cold. The love of many have been cold to one another. Now people don't trust other people anymore. People don't want to love one another anymore. People want to be isolated. People want to be cold, hurtful, because they will hurt. And when all hell break loose and there's no authority around, they're gonna release their anger at one another. All right. Some people's gonna blame another race for their problems. Some people's gonna blame their parents for their problems. Parents gonna blame their kids for their problems. They're gonna end up killing one another left and right. You're gonna see that a lot. Some men out there might be heating on their flesh. They're gonna go and start raping women. Woman might be out there hurting because a man did this. She's gonna grab a gun and kill that man. It's gonna be chaotic and Jacob trouble. It's gonna be like a battle royale. And I thought I should do a lesson about it because it's getting real. And this video is out since 3 months ago, so this is like nothing new. All right, but I want to like show the fact that look, if this happened 3 months ago and we're in a time of like just chaotic times as we speak, what do you think is gonna happen in Jacob trouble when there's no food? People is angry. Everything's too late. Everything crashed. Everybody that have been hurt, they're gonna take vengeance in those days. They're gonna take the chance that they got to get their vengeance. It's gonna be, chaotic. And it seems far-fetched right now. It seems like, oh no, they're just trying to cut their parents off, and that's okay. Yeah, I know that's true. There's some people out there that are just trying to fix themselves, but there's some people out there that still hold grudges. You gotta understand that. There's people that's why scripture says what? Jeremiah, let's grab it real quick. Jeremiah 30, let's get 30 verse 7. It says what? Alas, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob trouble. A time where Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans gonna be in trouble. Why? Because it's gonna be woes after woes after woes. Vengeance, anger, people killing people, trying to stay alive. It's vengeance. It's just no love in America anymore. No love. Woman hating man, man hating woman. There's no love in America. All right, and people be like, no, there's family. There's family in America. Their wives don't even love their husbands. There's no respect in the household. There's no respect for either or. Now there is some, there is some mingle here and there, but that's just little. That's barely none. It's barely anything. And it is sad, but it's gonna lead to this prophecy either way. And it's gonna lead to the prophecy where people's just gonna have a battle royale. Let me grab 2nd Esdras. I believe 16. Let me start verse 17. That's not it. I'll go to 15. 2nd Esdras 15 verse 17. Let's see. Yeah. No, well, actually, yeah. There was actually a verse where it talks about how there'll be a time where family will hate one another and they're gonna hate their friends and neighbors. I gotta find that scripture, but I think that's the book of Matthews. Probably that's a wrong term. But let's get in this scripture right here about Jacob trouble. 2nd Esdras 15 verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand. Basically, you're gonna be having civil wars. People about political parties. All right. For there shall be sedition. Sedition means people going to basically riling up against their power among men, evading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor prince, and the course of their acts shall stand in their power. What is their power? The guns. Civil war, basically. Verse 17. A man shall desire to go in the city, and they shall and shall not be able to, because of martial law. Everything else will be locked down, so you won't be able to go to places. Verse 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the house shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. Verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their house with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and great tribulation. I don't think the scripture is here, but this is a good point. And Jacob trouble, you're going to see basically people killing one another left and right, or for political reasonings, for political ideologies. They're going to take their action in their own hands, because when all hell break loose, people's going to blame one another for the problem. You're going to see hard, cold white people that hates black people blaming black people for America fall. You're going to see, some other political party blaming this political party for the fall. Republicans hating the Democrats hating Republicans. You're going to see the religious people blaming the other religious people for the fall. It's going to be like that, and everybody's going to be killing one another. They're gonna release martial law to control the damage down, but it's gonna be far too gone because people's gonna be raiding each other's houses to survive. Whereas Nazi says what? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their house with a sword, with a gun, basically, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and great tribulations. So basically, for the great tribulation that's happening all over the place, and of the lack of bread, because famine is gonna come to pass too, because people's gonna rob the stores, people's gonna start robbing each other's houses just to survive, just to drink water, just to eat food, just to eat a couple of snacks. You're going to have that. All right. And you also going to have family against family, kindred against kindred. You're going to have people killing one another within their household. All right. You're going to be thinking that they love one another, but it's really not. There's no love in America. All right. And I really really want to get that scripture real quick. You know what? Let me go back to the book of Matthew, where I found the love of many. Most likely is in this scripture. Let me see if I can find it. No, it's not here. Um, hate. I would say hate family. No, it's not that. Exact partial. No, it's not that at all. Dang, what is it? What is it? Let me pause this. Oh, I'm not gonna pause it. Yeah. Let me pause this video so I can find the scripture. It's gonna be like a few seconds to you guys, but lower I find it. Boy, that's not what I was trying to do. What's going on here? All right, I found the scripture. Luke chapter 12, let's start at verse 21, 51. It says this, suppose ye that I come to give peace on earth. I tell you nay, but rather division. And that's happening right now. America is divided against itself. All right, even within their family house. In the family household, every family is divided against itself too. Who was the cause of that? YAHAWASHI, because he's bringing Jacob trouble. He's bringing a great judgment within this place. Verse 52 says this, for from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2, 2 against 3. All right, so you're seeing that a lot happening in this day and age where people are cutting each other off and they're divided one another. All right, and one day this hatred is going to be up against one another to the point where they're going to kill each other and Jacob trouble. It's gonna be right. It's gonna be that chaotic in those times. The father shall be divided against the son, and the son divided against the father. The mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother. The mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. All right. And he said also to the people, when ye see the cloud rise out of the west, straightway ye say, there cometh a shower, and so it is. And the South, well, I'm not going to talk about that. I have no clue what this is. But basically, this is the scriptures I wanted to talk about, the one I'm highlighting right now, of how there's division. And that's basically part of prophecy. And that's all going towards Jacob trouble, where people are just going to start going against one another. It's going to be chaotic. That's why Jeremiah 38:7 says what? Alas, for the day is great, so that none is like it. Because there's not going to be a time where you have never seen this before. You can't compare it to another time. It's going to be just chaotic. Everybody's going to be by themselves. That's why it says, then who he shall be saved out of it. Who is the he? The elect. Because the elect is going to be one that's going to be saved out of the division. Because the elect is going to be persecuted by everybody else too. All right? Because they're going to blame the prophets for prophesying the downfall of America. They're going to be trying to blame the prophets for America downfall. It's going to be chaotic. Our family members going to betray the men of the Lord, saying that, oh, you went against America, we got to sell you out. Some family members might even help you. There's a balance, but it's going to be a great division. And right now, it's a great division in America, a thick one. And it's all going according to prophecy for Jacob trouble. Because in Jacob trouble, that great division is going to lead up to a great slaughter. And I thought I should talk about it because it's being set up for Jacob trouble. Everything's being set up for Jacob trouble. We're entering a time of World War III. The MOTB is right around the corner. And also Jacob trouble too. All right. That's how I want to get into today. Always edified by this lesson. I thought I should do a lesson about it because it was in my head, you know. I want to give all praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH for giving me the opportunity to do this lesson. I do want to give double honor to the elders and apostle Great Millstone for teaching the truth by using precept upon precepts and line upon line. Shalom.